I know that you're busy waiting. Can't wait to find out what's going down on the block, and maybe you can tell me too. You may have received some news that I have not received. Good afternoon and welcome. We're coming back after this.
Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday. Exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951. Every day, Monday to Friday on Live 95. Only on the big station. Only on Q95.
Need a bit of spice in your life? Are you longing for the most delicious jerk options? This and every Thursday is Jerk Day at Banana Breeze Bar and Grill at Dive Dominica from 12 p.m. Savory local jerk pork, succulent jerk local chicken, and finger-licking jerk fish tacos, served with 3 Creole sides, and of course, a PC cold red stripe bear or chill glass of Archipelago's wine selection. All this for only $40 inclusively. Get fired up this Thursday at Jerk Day at Dive Dominica's Banana Breeze Bar and Grill. Call 448-2188 to place your order or for more information, or simply text your order to 276-4172 or 317-4322.
Did you hear Alex Boyd Knight, the Speaker of the House or House Speaker? She told members of parliament that they should learn in honor to humble. The DNO reporter speaking at the beginning of the 7th meeting of the session of the 9th Parliament on Monday. She also lamented that many parliamentarians do not take time to learn the standing orders of the House. There is something that I was told as a child, and it bears repeating because it is very important that we understand as persons who from time we are born are learning, and we are as much as we can based on certain abilities and certain disabilities that we possess. She said one of the hindrances to learning is arrogance. From a very wise person, I learned that arrogance is a greater impediment to learning than low IQ. I try to humble so I can learn, and I would advise anybody who really want to learn to humble. The speaker said that it appears that certain members of the House have what she called chronic disability to comprehend. Chronic disability to comprehend. Wow. The level of analysis that I hear when points are made, both in the House and otherwise, it tells me that either we forget to put our thinking cap or something goes amiss. But I sense that there is a lack of understanding. She gave an example of a member who often talked about being elected by the people to do their work in Parliament. I'll read on. Yes, they did. But when they sent you here, they sent you to subject to the rules. Standing orders of members don't take the time to learn the standing orders. And when things like this have been spoken about, these are the members who scurry outside. She stated an apparent reference to members of the opposition United Workers' Party who have walked out of Parliament on several occasions. She concluded by saying, life is a learning experience. Members, I implore you to avail yourself of it. Wow. Scolding there to the members of the opposition there by the speaker. Speaker of the House there. Hello. I'll be talking to the opposition leader in the next few minutes. Allow him to digest. I suspect this is a lunch break. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good. Tell the speaker, I know she's listening because she's expecting some kind of feedback. Tell her to take her own advice. That's all I have to say.
That's what you tell her. Take advice? Take her own advice?
Yeah. Yes, tell her to take her own advice.
Speaker, one listener is telling you to take your own advice. The speaker said, I repeat, that it appears that certain members of the House of what she called chronic disability to comprehend. Now that's a low blow. Speaker, good morning. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon to you and
oh my God. Hello.
you cannot leave the beam in your eyes to take out the mote in somebody else's eye. How are you going to see the mote in somebody else's eye? Madam Speaker, give me a break and do justify things in the house. She have an account to give to God. Thank you very much.
All right. Somebody, the speaker says, you guys have a difficulty comprehending. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Mr. Matt Pelkey.
Yes.
And how are you?
Good.
Mr. Matt, tell the speaker, I don't know, last year, when the Prime Minister was making his contribution, he leave that contribution on the item, and when he fall in the other rate, make sure the Speaker of the House, Mr. Alex Boyd Knight, try to stop the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister lift up his hand, and the sign he make on the Speaker of the House, he had no choice than to let the Prime Minister continue. But if it was the opposition, he makes sure he will make the policeman put them out. So the Speaker have to correct both the government, and especially don't have say going to make sure on the opposition, and make sure the government, they can say what they want, when they want, and you don't say nothing.
All right. Okay, Mr. McLeod of Loda. I had a little difficulty comprehending you this afternoon. 120, but I know where you were going. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, yes.
The speaker was really able to understand that was very humble of her when Mr. Isaac Baptist was making a very important contribution in mention to those people who are charged with the responsibility in handling those who do the money laundering, as if to, make provisions available for them for surveillance. And he used the example like what was made, electronic surveillance for security, at her residence. And you could hear the struggle. So I wonder if this was very humbling, or if in case this was because of the getting cut so deep, or what was wrong with that, why the laughter came about. Matt, while we have it, just to mention, the Prime Minister mentioned that maybe Mr. Black would have been a commissioner of police today, but I listened to him read that very act of money laundering, and I say, my goodness. And going over to mentioning Mr. Linton, I must say to you, strong contribution, that you made, and letting the people remember why they are at that point that they are today. And the Prime Minister pointed out to even the members of the House, it's like as if they're not doing their homework, and it's like they're not taking the responsibility. But he has to understand, he sits in the position of the Prime Minister, and it is those who are in the government that is now operating for them to take certain responsibility to seek and to be able to retrieve what they can retrieve in behalf of the people. And it's so shameful to hear Mr. Douglas say that government is not responsible. Because if the government was very watchful and concerned with its citizens, they would have had measures in place, to be able to guard over these people who the citizens are, investing into. And I think it was very shameful for Mr. Prime Minister to say that they have to sing from the same hymn sheet when Mr. Lennox said that he wants to know what Dominica is doing, and he complained about that. Say, for example, you're sending the out. Every individual have a part to play on that. So that is what Mr. Linton was asking. We are going to have him as the OECS or the Caribbean, whatever you may call it, but what is Dominica's role? So can you not understand that? So stop letting hate get in the way, because we have asked Yahweh to up, because we came to with the word. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you. More telephone calls. It has been reported to me that Mr. Jeffrey Francis wasn't in the house and no excuse was given for his absence. Somebody says I smell a rat. I'll have to investigate it one further. I suspect Mr. is going to deliberately miss 3 consecutive sittings of the House. Really? I don't think so. Hello, talk to me. I guess he'll have to tell us, and maybe explain why he was not in the House, but sitting out. Hello, talk to me.
Yeah, Matt, good day.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine on you. Yeah, Matt, tell the speaker, when she will learn to be fair, we will learn the sitting and the ruling of the House. Thank you.
Yeah, she says you have a difficulty, the opposition has a difficulty comprehending the rules. But I'll talk to Mr. Lennox Linton in the next few minutes. Don't you worry. And I'll get his response. That's a low blow from the Speaker of the House. Let's take a phone call. Yes?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Matt,
I would want the Speaker of the House to know that the opposition members, they are big women and big men feeding their children. She can't want to do them what they want and let them say what she wants them to say. And the members of government saying what they want, when they want, whenever it comes to that. That is not right. So she should take the piece for herself. Good afternoon, I'm listening.
Good afternoon. I heard you. It's 1:24. I told you I'd be talking to the opposition leader in a few minutes. Hello, talk to me. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. This reminds me so much of the 70s. I remember as a little girl that the Mary Eugenia Charles was called galvanized panties. You had galvanized
that was in the late
like
70s, yes.
And I remembered all these people, different force, the Prime Minister walking up and down in souffle and stuff like this because Bogart just won all that money and they were doing all these things. And I remember all that Labour Party was in power and they were doing the exact things in the 70s. And not too long after this, I remember an overthrow. So it is like everything going back full circle. It reminds me so much of the 70s.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yes, it is afternoon, Matt.
How are you doing?
A lot has happened today. Good afternoon, my friend. Matt, I think if there is a person in the parliament that has qualified as not having been able to comprehend matters of the House, it would be the Speaker. And why do I say this? Because after 16 years, clearly by the Speaker's actions and sometimes even inactions, it is clear that she has not yet comprehended that she is the Speaker of the House, not the Speaker of the government. Because what she's acting as if she is the next member of the government side, and so she is there to support and defend the government side. Everyone, not only in Dominica, in the entire world, and I hope she's listening, would know if they have listened to the Speaker, Alex Boyd Knight, over the last 16 years in the way in which she has functioned in this House. She has not functioned as a person that is unbiased, basically, which is the way she's supposed to be in the House, acting to maintain order. And I repeat, to maintain order in the House, and not to be there as acting like a teacher in a kindergarten school. I think she's out of order, and I will say, like Jamaican, she out of order. Have a good day.
The show host personalities are ready. The dynamic DJs are ready.
Me ready when you're ready.
Song for song, beat for beat, tit for tat, deba pour deba.
Scrappy the rhythm god. Come in and worry about them.
Who will be the people's choice? Who will be crowned Q95's best radio music show host and personality? Who will be crowned Dominica's best DJ in 2016? Your guess is as good as ours. You can make a difference in deciding the winners. Have your say every day. Call, text, tweet, vote online on the Q95 website at www.q95da.com. Be at the Harlem Plaza from 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, 30th July. Get there early and win valuable items, gifts, prizes, and shopping vouchers from very generous sponsors. Be a big winner. Only on the big station. Only on Q95. Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday. Exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951. Every day, Monday to Friday on Live 95. Only on the big station. Only on Q95.
Very interesting development there. Very interesting development. The news just reaching me indicate. Listen to me well, huh? I'm not going to give you any specifics at this time. I'm waiting for a specific letter. News reaching me indicate that the hierarchy of the police force is now sending junior officers to revoke the gun license of members and followers of the Opposition United Workers' Party. You're listening to me well. Dominica is becoming a police state. That the police is now revoking the gun license of members and followers of the United Workers' Party. They are using the term inciting violence as the excuse now. I repeat it for the third time. That the police is now revoking the gun license of members and followers of the Opposition United Workers' Party and their followers. Remember, I said take note. I won't give you any specifics at this time. Well, this information I can confirm. I'll be talking to the opposition leader in a few minutes. Let me take a phone call. Hello. Very interesting development. Hello.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt.
Yes.
I think it's time that the Speaker of the House think that the House of Assembly is not a kitchen where she mixes her cakes and knocks her pans and her pots, right? That the Parliament of Dominica is the people's parliament. She's paid to serve the opposition and the government at the same time. And she must understand that. And I think it's time that Dominicans start speaking, meeting in the street corners at the market, wherever they meet, and speak about these issues and raise those issues, so that and make the other Dominicans aware of what is happening in our country. Our forefathers have worked hard to develop right for us. And in terms of the gun license being revoked, the Prime Minister, said to go after Leonard Clinton and the opposition members, right? Call them traitors when you meet them on an airplane at a funeral. What more inciting of violence is than just speaking about the issues of the day? People are speaking about the issues of the day and people calling that violent, inciting violence. Soil farmers are speaking about their roads so that they can go and develop and go to their farms to plant food for people to eat. And is that violence? A hospital is being broken down and closed down and people are speaking about it. Is that violence? A road is broken down at Marigot and people want to cross to go to their farms and people are speaking about, is this violence? It's time that this will come. It's time that Dominicans really take this country right over. Do not leave this country to this, I do not know what adjective to describe whatever we have in this country right now.
Wow, don't you feel that, just by the way that everything is happening now, like you're living in a communist island? 137, hello. Just a question here.
I want to call back, Matt, because yes, this is becoming truly a police state. And Matt, what I would say to the commissioner is that this is a very foolish move that, well, you have confirmed it. So I'm not going to say if. You've confirmed it. I would only say to the commissioner, Mr. Commissioner, this is a very foolish move that you're actually taking. Because here is the reality on the ground. Those persons who applied for the license, a firearms license, to carry a firearm as is allowed by law, you had the opportunity to vet and make sure that the caliber of firearm that these people are getting were controlled. When you go out there and start taking back willy-nilly the firearms of persons who qualified for the firearm license to begin with, this is because they needed a firearm, because the police department, as I understand it, will not issue a license unless they have established that the person applying is in need of it. So when you do that, Mr. Commissioner, you have now removed yourself from the scenario, because the reality on the ground is whoever wishes to get a firearm can get one, and when you do not, or when you extricate yourself from doing what the law allows you to do, which is to vet, these people will go out and get bigger, because you can get bigger and better firearms out there on the black market. The commissioner knows that. All of them know that. So you're doing a wrong thing. You are now encouraging people to go out and get illegally guns that are bigger and better than what you all have. So you are actually creating a more dangerous environment in the country by what you're doing. So I would end by saying to you, Mr. Commissioner, leave the people that you have vetted and determined that they are in need of a firearm, and you get them licensed. Leave the people alone and let the country remain in peace. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. We need to talk to Leonard Clinton. I'll be calling you in a minute, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Two messages. Number one, the commissioner must realize that there are more illegal unlicensed firearms in Dominica than those that they have registered.
We have heard that for a long time, and if you know that, maybe you should report that to the police.
No, they know that. Number two, I know at school when in my civics class, we were told that those who are elected are honorable. I was surprised to hear that the Speaker of the House, when she was reading the notices of absentees this morning, that she's referring to a senator on the government side, on the Roosevelt Skerrit side, as the honorable senator. But when she's referring to the one from the Grand Force side, she referred to him as only as Dr. Thompson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for 493095. Let's see if we can connect with Lennox Linton. We'll come back. From a wise person, I learned that arrogance is a greater impediment to learning than low IQ. I try to be humble so I can learn that I would advise anybody who really wants to learn to humble. The speaker said that it appeared that certain members of the House have what we call a chronic disability to comprehend. The level of analysis I hear when points are being made both in the House and otherwise, it tells me that either we forget to put our thinking cap on or something goes amiss. But I sense that there is a lack of understanding. The words of the Speaker of the House, Alex Boyd Knight. Lennox, you sat and you listened. Yes, Lennox Linton.
Good afternoon to the people of Margaret and Concord.
Good afternoon.
At home and abroad. God bless you, my brother.
God bless you too. What did you make of the words of the Speaker?
Well, I hope you yourself were listening, Matt, because the Speaker made a point of making all of these remarks about members of Parliament, about IQ and arrogance and so on, and chronic inability to comprehend, etc. And then she did the remarkable thing of reminding the public of Dominica that she too is a member of Parliament. So this is where the media comes in. The media must ask her, having gone to those lengths to say all those things and then to come back and make the point that, yes, I am a member of Parliament. Are you so afflicted? Are you too so afflicted by the chronic inability to comprehend, by low IQ, by arrogance? What are you telling us? Because, you see, Matt, 17th of April 2000, Rosie Douglas of blessed memory, I'm sure you would consider Rosie to be a wise man. And she's talking about wise people that she has learned from. I hope she would consider Rosie Douglas one of the people that she could learn from. But Rosie Douglas had direct instructions and advice for Alex Boyd Knight, hoping that she would learn. When he told her, in the parliamentary system which we use, the majority side will always tend to prevail. But you, Alex Boyd Knight, have to be fair. You, Alex Boyd Knight, have to be objective. And you, Alex Boyd Knight, have to allow all opinions to contend at a level in which the truth prevails and the debate in the House itself is balanced. So here you have an example of a specific learning that Rosie Douglas wanted Alex Boyd Knight to get. 5,910 days later, she still has not gotten it. But she has the unmitigated gall to stand in the parliament and talk about who can learn and who cannot learn. She has learned the least about parliamentary conduct and procedure over the last 16 years. play the song for me, man.
Which one is that?
Peter Prosper song, the speaker. Okay? Play this song for me. I don't want to say anything more because we're in Parliament. And we're going back to Parliament this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
Well, hold Lennox Linton. There's some development story as it relates to the taking of licenses of gun owners. Have you heard about that?
I heard of one example.
You heard of one example.
At the weekend.
And then what?
I heard of one example at the weekend. One example.
All right.
Just out of the blue, a license holder of a firearm who can be considered to be a supporter of the United Workers' Party had his firearm license revoked with immediate effect. I don't know of any others.
You know of any reasons given?
No, I don't know of any reasons given, except that
you're not fit to be a holder of a firearm.
Fit and proper isn't be a holder of a firearm. and the fitness and propriety seems to have to do with political affiliation these days. So the license holders of firearms in Dominica will all be Labour Party supporters and fanatics.
But Parliament has been going fine thus far.
Parliament has been going mad. We had a couple of hours talking about the plan of arrangement by Clico Act, which has been passed, it received bipartisan support, and the remaining pieces of legislation, amendments to the Money Laundering Prevention Act, number 8 of 2011, and the amendments to the Proceeds of Crime Act, which will be debated later today and passed to the House. It will enjoy support of both sides because there's nothing contentious there except that there are certain points that have to be made in the context of these pieces of legislation coming to the Parliament to remind us why we're doing them and what the responsibility, especially of the parliamentarians on the government side who have the responsibility of running the day-to-day affairs of government in this country, the direct responsibility for governance, the kinds of situations that they must be aware of and the conflicts of interest they need to avoid as they seek to be examples of the conduct that the legislation is defending against. Okay?
All right, thank you. Well, here's your request, Mr.
Yes, let's please, Matt. I thank you very much.
Yes, good.
From Mr. Peter Prosper. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Peter, I challenge you to play that sound.
Boy, I want you. This is the life.
Hello, talk to me.
Yes, good afternoon. Yeah, we are listening and we're hearing that they're seizing firearm license. We don't need license for firearm. Tell the chief of police, fuck him.
No, you apologize for that. This is getting too emotional there, okay? And please, I apologize on your behalf. Hello.
Good afternoon, man. To you and your listeners.
Guys are crazy. Hello.
Wow, people are getting frustrated, Matt. Let me tell you, the old speaker, we should not be surprised what transpired in the parliament this morning. Dirty work for big money. And let me say to the police officers, the Constitution of Dominica makes provision for Dominicans to stand up and exercise our rights. We did it in 1979, and no amount of guns and police will stop us when we make up our mind in a democratic country and in a civilized society. We will demonstrate. We will not demonstrate by throwing stones and fires and so. No, we will demonstrate because the power, the people, Matt, has the power in their hands. Okay? And we will exercise our rights because it is the Constitution. When Mr. Skerritt was running all over on the rear, Matt, the Constitution was there to protect the people of Dominica, and he will not force the police officer, because when we are speaking, we speak on behalf of these very same police officers. We speak on behalf of nurses, on behalf of doctors, on behalf of engineers. We speak on behalf of the citizens of Dominica. And the power in people is always greater than the people in power. And they must learn that. And Mr. Saverin must advise Mr. Skerritt as to what transpired in 1979. He is part of them. Educate them, Mr. Saverin, and let them know the people in power must understand what they are doing. Do not tramp on the people's rights. Do not push the people, because at one point in time, when our back is against the wall, we will say enough is enough, and we will stand up. We will stand up as a people, as a country, as a nation. And the world is looking at us, you know, Matt. The world is looking at us as to what we decide to do. We cannot continue that track, that path we are going down, Matt. And we have to stand up for our children and our children's children. God bless.
God bless you too. We're going to come back after this. Okay, speaker, we come back right after.
Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday, exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951. Every day, Monday to Friday on Live 95. Only on the big station. Only on Q95.
And please watch your language. I know you're all emotional and everything, but don't go down to the gutter, okay? Hello.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, I want to apologize on the behalf of all callers for the caller that called and used the F word. But
I just apologize on his behalf as well, yes.
Yeah, but Matt, this government is provoking the opposition members. Not only the opposition leader, opposition members, Matt. Matt, and I had a grand uncle. He used to say, provocation is against the law. I learned that from a little boy. So when they provoke, one day the provocation will go up, Matt. Good afternoon, I'm listening.
Good afternoon to you. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon to all Dominicans. Matt, after the United Workers' Party, while they were in office, these so far were the best speaker at the House, in the House of Assembly. And Miss Alex Boyd and I need to go back to the answer to see how Parliament were run when the United Workers' Party was in office. Matt, and I believe at this time now, Dominica need the outside help. Because what is good for the goose is good for the gander. When Mr. Bubbles was in problem with the law, they gave him back his gun. And now I'm hearing that they want to take the United Workers' Party followers and the supporters gun. Man, that's not right. And what's burning me again is this government, this Labour Party, the Dominican people never wanted them. They have to get import voters to have them there on the back of Dominicans. Dominicans, it's time to rise up. Bye-bye.
Hello, talk to me. Hello. Nobody there. Yes?
Matt,
I'm here.
there are more than one way to skin cats. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
That's all you're going to say. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon again. Couple questions. We have a number of murders in this country. How many of them were done by the opposition? Not one. So I don't understand them. What happened? That is an attack they go to have on the opposition. So they were going to fight them and they will not have anything to retaliate with. But let me remind them, when Christopher Columbus came to Dominica, the Caribs never had any guns. Thank you very much. Remember that. Blessed.
Thank you very much. Hello, talk to me.
Hey, good day, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen. I want to blame the opposition party, right? I don't blame Alex Boyd Knight, because right now she set up herself for her to get a blast in her ass, my brother.
Hey, I just spoke to you, my brother, and you're still repeating the same nonsense, okay? If I can identify your voice next time you come, you can't behave yourself, I will not allow you to speak, all right? So that's the deal. Is that you behave yourself, or you suffer the consequences. I'll have to get tough on you, all right? 449309596 and 97. Let's listen to this one. Have you heard? Pastor Bernard Joseph is back.
Give honor to Jesus Christ, though, because his passion and death, his suffering, taught me what it means to suffer for a cause. And when I could have given it up and run away, I stayed here and decided we're going forward for God. And I'm glad that Jesus Christ, you taught me from what you did, not just to save me, but to show me how to stay on my cross until I get myself in the mire and out of the mire into the realms of God's divine purpose and glory. I thank the Lord for that. We're not here to look good. We're here to restore people. We're here to redeem people. That's what church is about. We're here to make bad people feel better because God touches them with true love. Because when we were bad, Christ came and healed our lives.
Okay, so the pastor is back. He received his full credentials